Black. We'll plow that snow flurries down in Florida.
Good, good. Ooh, that's pretty.
10327. Effective. 54. Okay, I've got my floor jack on some ramps underneath the edge of the house. I don't know how much that jack can lift up. We're going to test it. And halfway down I got some scissor jacks. One on this side and probably one on this side. That'll be like, I don't know, something to support in the middle. I saw it go up a little bit. Now I'll go lift up on the scissor jacks a little bit. Now the house is not even sitting level. Y'all want me to put my fingers under there? I'm not gonna do it. I've got it lifted almost enough now. I'm gonna slide these footer block under here in just a few seconds. Just do a little on this jack, little on that jack, little on the next jack, just like when you're putting a pressure plate on a clutch. Tighten a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here. That was then sunk down an inch. Neighbor just gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 footer blocks at a cost of $3. He gave them to me. And that's good timing because I need to jack up the steps by 4 inches. Jack the house up 4 inches, jack the steps up 4 inches. Makes sense to me. That's what I've got so far. That should be 5 blocks wide, just like we had to start with. Let me put the blocks on there for you. Tell it good? Now I'm gonna put more footer blocks down here to step up on. This is my load of hollow blocks and broken footer blocks and bricks and boards and whatever. And there's what the new steps look like. Here's the blocks themselves. We walk around. I left the ramp there so I can adjust it some more. There's a block. There's a block. I didn't get my termite shields on yet. And there's a block. And if we look underneath, now there's room to crawl under there and do some plumbing. I can fit in that space. Me and a couple spiders. We can do this. An added bonus, I've got the stepping stones back in place. That one seems a little close. And that footer block that I broke all the mortar mix off of, it cracked. I was putting it in place and it cracked. That's the one I used to do my burnouts with when I had my V8 S10. I should probably leave you a card for that if you've not already seen it. And you might not even like it. Now that the new footer blocks are in, I need to show you that the thing sits level. And it does sit level now. Not that it didn't before, but it does now. And sitting level. Let's call that block job done. Now I need to climb under and do some plumbing. When I first bought these windows while they were still in the front porch, the dog, the cat, the something, could have been a raccoon, came up and messed the screen up. Now I'm fixing to replace it with this new screen. That's what I'm gonna do right now. Cut out a piece of screen slightly bigger than your frame. Take this spline, push it down into that little groove. The kit came with this little tool for pushing it in with. Once you push that spline in, take your razor knife and cut this extra screen off, and you are done. New screen is in. Somehow the fly is on the inside. Dumb. Why are you on the inside? You should be on the outside. This is the boy's frog. He calls it Creamer for some reason. Seems to be here every day waiting on him. Would you call it a pet? Ooh, like that, he looks like a lizard. Is it a he or she?
He.
That's a he? Creamer's a he name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. This day I need to do some digging, and this brand new shovel, if you look at the edge on it, you've heard of a butter knife? That's worse than a butter knife. I got a lot of digging to do. I think we're going to sharpen it up. Maybe not a razor blade, but sharper. Got the grinding wheel on. Not the cutting wheel, the grinding wheel. Got the air protection, the eye protection. Let's start sharpening. That's somewhat better. Should have had a watermelon to try it out on before and after. We have gone from safety shovel to weapon. Dirt weapon. Years ago I had a Ford Taurus and I built me a receiver hitch for it. That way I could pull the boat with my car. Well, when I sold the car I kept the hitch, my homemade hitch. I was kind of proud of it. I'm going to try to repurpose it today. I got a trench to dig. If I could somehow use my tractor to help me. You see where I'm going with this? If I could bolt this on there, then strap this to the tractor. Let Messi help us dig that hole. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, I'm going to have to drill this hole out first. Look at that. Little snag in the road. Time out. Then again, wait a minute, cowboy. Hold on, look at that right there. Now you see where I'm going with this? Okay, here's what I've got so far. 2 C-clamps. I've got this chain kind of as a cantilever, and downstairs I've got a little ratchet strap. Maybe that'll be good enough. Test drive time. Now, going strictly from memory, I believe the phone wire goes right through the middle of this driveway and then loops around pretty wide and then goes around back behind the air conditioning unit. So I think if I stick close to the house, make my trench, and then shoot straight towards the water heater, the solar water heater, should be okay. And I don't think I'm going to be going as deep as what they put the phone wire down. So I'm going to roll up this garden hose. I may mow that grass, then we're going to cut a ditch. Okay, the hose has been rolled up and the grass has been cut. I'm going to go back the tractor up and I'm going to try not to knock that faucet off the wall with the tractor tire. That would not be fun. I've reattached the plow, put it in the center, put a couple of straps on there to keep it up, straight up and down. We're going to try it out going from the tank to the ditch over there. This is what we got with the scratcher. least we got a straight line to go by with the shovels. Broke up the grass a little bit. I think it's a plus. There's the shovels. Just gotta find somebody to run them. Okay, after 2 or 3, lost count, after 2 or 3 hours of digging, this is what I've got. I think it's good enough. Got some trench hoppers. Walk all the way down to the other end. Now I still have to do a little trench right here to get to the faucet. Somehow I got to maybe put a T there and a faucet and a pipe. Come down, go that way with the water. And then down here to the electrical. Now I see why they've been in there. I got to put a little pipe going up to get into my panel. That's where I am. Got this old breaker that I don't use anymore. I think we'll take it out. Go buy a 220/30 amp breaker to replace it with. Then we'll drop out that little hole there, down into the ditch, on to the tiny house. 120 feet away. This pear tree is a festival of life right now. That bee's hard at work. That love bug just kind of hanging out. Just came back from the hardware store, picked up some gray PVC, that's going to be for the electrical, and this white is for the water. Got some fittings, a valve, glue, breaker, some 90s. Oh, that was my drink. So what I'm thinking is while I'm standing here, I could start cleaning and priming these ends. Line, I just went to the other end and cleaned the other end of the pipe. Now it's time to prime. Chud 327, it's kind of overcast, a little cloudy, kind of windy. Be a good day to put some pipe down in this little ditch. That's what I'm looking forward to, getting it over. Getting a little wire rolled out, and then we're going to put that wire inside the pipe to go on there with the water pipe. Outdoor underground wire, but I'm going to put it in the pipe just to be safe. This is the 10-3 wire. There's 10 wires in there. I'm sorry, there's 3 wires in there, number 10. And with those 3 wires, we can go from 120 to 240 volt. 2-phase. More options on water heaters. Got a long ways to go still, but you're almost there. So now our wire is inside of this pipe. It goes down. I've got it going up into the panel. And the only thing left to do in the panel is to put on a lock nut. Well, for now, then we'll put the breaker in, hook the wire up. But for right now, I'm gonna put the lock nut on. And we could almost start burying this pipe. Almost. It's getting close. There's your lock nut. Now don't touch any of these metal, no, those are hot. You don't want to see that. Now the lock nut is on and the wire just got it kind of folded up into place. I'm going to shut the door until we're ready to hook it up. I'll even pretend to lock it for you. Now we're going to take this wire, throw it down in the ditch, and maybe cover it up in some spots. That's next. That's how she's looking. Let's walk down there. For years and years, this 4x4 was a fence post, had a gate on it, and this part was under the ground. Now we're gonna switch ends. We're gonna put the ugly end down, and now he gets his turn to be on the outside. I'm gonna put it in this hole right there, and that's where I'm gonna mount my pipe and my faucet to. Kind of like this. And when I dug the ditch, I made a 45 here, and yesterday at the hardware store, they didn't have any 45s. So I might round off this corner and then bend the pipe. The pipe's pretty flexible. Okay, well the pipe made it around the curve here without a 45. And then I've got a T here, a threaded T. And I'm gonna get a CPVC adapter with the melt threads. And that goes underneath the house to feed the kitchen, the bathroom, the toilet. Then upstairs I might put a T here, one to feed the hot water heater, one for a garden hose. That's what I'm thinking. Now I guess I need to dig a ditch for this electrical to come around and to reach to the panel. We're digging. Here we are coming around the corner, and I've already got the pipe glued together. The wire has been cut off. It's got to go right down to that gray pipe right there, that one. So we'll dig out here and come back, and this job is just about done. But as far as the ditch and the pipe goes, we can start covering this mama up all the way around the corner. And I've already got some sod put back on top of the ditch. Don't that look good? Chad 327, and tomorrow's Easter. Not while you're watching this, but while I'm filming it, tomorrow's Easter. And pretty neat, Easter this year fell on 327. Chad 327 and Easter's on 327. This time we're talking expense report. Number 5. This is episode number 23. Now if we go back to where did you buy your materials? I've been to Home Depot, 3 Home Depots, and a Lowe's. I'll show you. And there's an Ace Hardware receipt that I've lost. I'll still mark him down though. So 1, 2, 3. There's a Lowe's and one for Ace. $5,161.32. Well, we're over the $5,000 mark now. Now, if we go back to the old checklist, we can check off air conditioner. And we can also check off something. Oh yeah, the bathroom shower. It's half done. Well, shower's good halfway on number 3 because the toilet's not done yet. Exactly 3 weeks later, and here's your cucumber. 3 weeks later, here's the squash. Squash. And a cat. This is what our zucchini's looking like. 3 weeks later. Okra 3 weeks later. Got a little leaf right there in the middle coming out. That stuff's slower than the rest, but it'll get taller than the rest too. Had a good little rain last night. That's good for the garden. And I think right now this morning, right after the rain, in this last row where the cat is, I think we'll put some watermelon seed in. That's a pretty good shot. The pear tree blooming in the outhouse. This is the last row of my garden. That's my sunflower. It's not had a chance to come up yet. And then here we're going to do watermelon. I put them about every 18 inches. Here's what they look like. And about a ½ inch deep. That's my go-to depth. About a ½ inch deep for everything. Down, drop 2 in the hole, cover them up, pat them down. And that's how we plant them. Putting some corn seed in the ground, and the dog thinks you got to sit on them like they're eggs. Hey, chicken. You ain't got to sit on those seed. Get off of them. Come here. With your eyebrows. I think the oldest girl drew the dog some eyebrows. They're fading now. Was funny then. Just ignore me. And it's on my diversity row. This row has onions, corn, watermelon, and at the far end, sunflowers. 4 things in one row. At 327 out here in the garden, and this morning I replanted everything, 90% of everything that didn't come up. We should be good to go now.